Hi, welcome to PulpMX Classic Commentary. As usual, I'm your host, Steve Matthes, and with me here at the L&M Racing Shop is...
Larry Brooks.
Larry, thank you for doing this for me. It's another classic commentary. People dug the first one that we did. We're going to do 85 Rose Bowl, which talk about what you were doing in 85, what you were riding, you know what I mean? All that kind of deal.
Yeah,
Set it all up.
At this race, actually, I rode a pre-production, I guess it would be an 86 Honda 125 two-stroke. Mm-hmm. And actually, the bike was really, really good. Everyone was on 85s, and this one was a pre-production 86. And they didn't have all the production rules then, so things were a little bit different.
Yeah, they just gave you the bike. Now, first-year pro or second-year pro? Like, I don't...
This was I'd ridden a couple pro races, a 250 Supercross, and that was it. And then this is the first year of the 125 Supercross.
Right. So for a guy like you, it was perfect. Like, you didn't have to just jump into the 250 class right away. You could start riding 125s.
This is the first year of the stepping stone class.
Right. And so this is this east-west 125 final? Or
No, this is just west. This is the final round. I had a broken wrist at the beginning of the year.
There's the top 5 points.
Yep. I had a broken wrist at the beginning of the year, and I was kind of coming from the back of the pack. They had raced like 3 races, and so I was trying to gain some points.
10th place in the points going into this final round, and we'll watch a 250 main later on. But here's some qualifying highlights. Qualifying Heat 1. What do you remember about this track on this day?
I remember the start leading right into all these sections of jumps, and it was crazy, and it was actually fun. I mean,
there you are, 157.
Yeah, I was a little out of control, obviously, but that was my style always.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you were kind of a pin it guy.
Yeah,
and then worry about it later.
The track, pretty one line. There's Eddie Hicks behind me.
Eddie Hicks.
Was one lined and short jumps and stuff, but the gnarliest thing was the section coming up right now, the whoop section, that it was just it was dug with a backhoe,
right,
and just trenches.
Yeah, you can see guys. You're going to see a lot of guys, especially in the back of the pack. Oh, Honda line gear, by the way, Brooks.
Yeah, yeah.
What was the deal behind that? Just you were a Honda sport guy, and they said,
they made us wear the Honda line gear that year.
What happened to Eddie Hicks? What happened to Eddie Hicks?
Yeah, I think he just fizzled out. Just didn't last. I mean,
right.
It's kind of gnarly. So he faded out.
Yeah, never became the superstar that a lot of people thought he did. Now this must be some daytime heat race or daytime qualifying or something.
Yeah, well, it was summertime, so the heat races were still in the when the sun was up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Right, yeah, so exactly. Yeah, you can see these whoops are giving the guys a lot of problems. And in this race, so you had an 86 in this race, and it was a much better bike than 85, although cosmetically they didn't look a lot different. But they were?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the bike was stock. I mean, it was a full-blown stock 86.
Like suspension, too?
Bike, yeah. Oh. And it was good, you know. It was really good. Everyone wanted to modify their bikes and stuff, and ended up, no 125s were jumping that, so I decided, I better do it.
Of course. Makes so much sense.
On the last lap.
Right, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The track, kind of brutal.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you had stock suspension, though. I'm still kind of blown away.
They revalved it and everything. Right. The KYB guys did. It was Ross Maeda working at KYB, and he revalved it, and it was good. It was really good. He knew how to work on suspension, so still does. Wow, out of control.
Open face helmet, though.
Yeah.
He had a long time. You didn't let that thing go right away. There's more sand on this track too than the normal Supercross track.
Yeah, a lot of the older tracks had more sand, softer soil. Here we are at Heat 2.
Who is that? Eddie
Franks.
Warren?
No, Billy Franks.
Billy Frank.
Yep.
Oh wow. Yeah. Just chaos in the 125 class too. Again, back in the day, you couldn't really practice for this, huh?
No, nobody practiced on a Supercross track. They just went out and raced it. You know, rode a couple jumps here and there, and then went out and raced it. And especially the 125 class, these guys, us, should I say, had no Supercross experience at all. So it was mayhem.
Billy Frank, inventor of the Billy Who funnels.
That's right. I don't know if he still works at CTI, but he worked there for a long time.
Right. Yeah, no, these whoops definitely were giving the guys troubles. We're going to see later on in the main event that it definitely.
Todd Campbell on a KTM.
Oh yeah, Jerry Campbell's brother.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
I believe he got third in the series one year. Maybe it was this year.
Yeah.
And again, Kawasaki, Kawasaki and Honda sort of were the best bikes these years in the mid 80s, 125 wise.
Right.
The guys were if you were on one, the Suzuki kind of was a turd.
Yeah.
Yamaha, not so good.
Well, Suzuki won the championship. Bobby Moore won the championship this year, but yeah, the production bike wasn't the greatest.
Right. And then what kind of deal did you get the year after this, 87? You were back on Hondas again?
Yeah, I got dropped.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
But 87, when you were on a Honda, you almost won a national.
Yeah, I know. I was rookie of the year this year and everything, and Honda, it was the cutback year. I always kind of fell into that time slot. And,
right.
I was dropped actually for the following year, and I was rookie of the year and had a bunch of 125 wins and fairly good in 250 races, and I just didn't make it.
All right, lining up for the starting lineup there. I saw Dr. D had the #1 gate pick. I don't even remember Dr. D riding 125 ever, but I guess he did. There's some names from the past right there.
Yeah,
and
look at the helmets.
Oh, I know.
Helmets are classic.
Oh, there we go.
Numbers on the helmets and everything.
Yeah, you had to run that, right? That was rules.
Yeah.
Those
There's
are the
Bobby
rules.
Moore right there, though.
All right, and they're getting ready for the gate drop here. And gate drops. All right, so they're off. And what do you remember about this main? Like, do you remember this main event?
Yeah, I remember just holding it wide open and trying to get the hole shot. And somebody was next to me there going into that first section of jumps. Oh, that's Bobby on the ground there.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
And I just held it on. And
into a quad that looks like they sent you.
Yeah, it was sets of doubles and singles or whatever. Right. But, yeah, it was crazy.
There you are in the lead. Who's behind you?
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name. He
is
was
that Steve
Indian
Schmitz?
Dunes guy. Yeah.
Okay, Steve Schmitz used to test for dirt bike, and he had number 29 all the time. But I mean, this must. How many Supercrosses did you win this year? Even though you missed a broken race,
I think three races. I think I still had a wrist brace on at this race.
Yeah.
I wore it the entire season.
Well, I'll say it, Larry, because you won't. You're much too modest. But perhaps if you hadn't had injury, you might have won the 125 title.
Well, yeah, I would think so, but it happens.
Right, exactly.
It's kind of part of the sport.
And then at this point, are you riding with, O'Mara and Bailey and those guys at Honda Land?
Yeah.
You're allowed to go up there still?
Yeah, I would be able to ride there during the week. So, I guess I had a little advantage riding a Supercross track. But
and they had Supercross track then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That was the first of it, the Honda Land deal, and that riders were able to practice on the tracks. And
so you were not a factory guy, but in the mix.
It was called pro support. So,
right.
I had come off mini bikes. This is my first year pro, and I got a pro support ride. Holy crap, people are getting run over.
Look, they got the stretcher out for this guy. Oh,
Curdy Hendrickson.
That's Kurt Hendrickson?
The Curdy.
NMA. Not good.
No. He broke his neck that night. I don't know when he crashed or got run over, but, yeah, it's kind of a bad deal.
Yeah. No asterisk care, really.
No asterisk truck at that time. Riders kind of worked on themselves and learned their own medical, needs.
Love how the flagman jumped out of the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got the ambulance people kind of dragging him around and bones sticking out of his neck, and not a good deal.
All right, well, there you are going over the big tabletop. And so you were a super fast Suzuki 80 rider. You were, winning everything. But didn't get a Suzuki 125 ride? How did that go down?
No, my dad, we decided I was too big for an 80. I was about this size right here.
Yeah.
And, they wanted me to continue on 80s, and my dad drove down to R&D.
Which the Suzuki was the smallest bike, too.
Correct, yeah. And R&D was the Suzuki factory team at the time. And,
right.
And he dropped the bikes off in the driveway and gave him a call and let him know that their bikes were there and that we weren't going to be riding 80s anymore. And I didn't have a ride, and Honda called about a week later and offered me a ride. So
wow,
yeah.
Like you could have been I just would have nowadays you would have been groomed in a Suzuki system.
And
whatever.
I think really that's how it was gonna be, but because I chose to do it that way,
drop the bikes off.
Yeah. They weren't too pumped with bikes sitting in Rudy's driveway at night.
Yeah, exactly. Here's David Stanfield with Bobby Moore.
Right.
I think that's Bobby Moore.
Yep. He's talking about protective gear here.
He looks He looks small, Bobby Moore.
Bobby Moore was small.
Yeah.
He's definitely small. You know, I don't. He grew a little bit since then, but
Right.
he was always a really small guy on mini bikes and big bikes. And you know, when he went to Europe, he grew a little bit. So
Right. You wore JT for years, but they stiffed you out of some money in '83.
yeah, well, yeah. So
Are
Honda
you filing that class action?
Well, they're back in business, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna bring my contract back.
Looking for a check.
Yeah.
Funny. There you are rocking the open face helmet.
Yeah,
You're
you can see how choppy and tore up the
it
track
is,
There
right?
was no grooming then, during the night.
and soft berms, like some really soft
Oh,
berms.
the soil was soft and obviously a little firm underneath.
Who's
but, yeah.
pitboarding for you?
Jim Anderson. Remember
Jim
Jim Anderson worked Showa. He was the Showa factory guy.
No.
And now he's IndyCar, and I think he's working for RJ's truck team now.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
wow. Okay, so still around. And well, your dad just hired him and just said, "Hey, you're
Yeah,
my kid's
he
mechanic
was
or whatever."
from Washington, and so.
Did he used to race?
No, it was the other Jim Anderson.
okay, there was
but
a-
He raced against that Jim Anderson also.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
A lot of Jim
lots
Andersons.
of Jim Andersons.
But to be selected by Honda to ride an '86 bike in an '85 race must have been pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you're the guy to ride this thing.
Yeah, no, I did a lot of their pre-production testing and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I had a really good gig with Honda, and that just went away.
Yeah, that's kind of too bad. And so, okay, final lap, man.
Yeah, last lap, and big lead.
Big lead. Where's this quad you're doing that?
Oh, just
no.
wait. Just
Okay,
wait.
all
I
right.
wait till the last lap to jump crazy jumps.
Of course. Why would you? Why would you not? Whoa! Look at that.
Oh, almost off the
Oh,
bridge. So
geez.
that is a bridge. It's a flatbed truck
Right.
trailer, and they just put some dirt over it. And
Now, that's how
it
they do
was-
in Canada too. I'm well aware of the flatbed trailer.
Okay, so here we go. Last lap. Just gonna jump this and do a little pump. And no other 125s were doing it. So
Wow. Okay. There it is. By the way, my brother was 157 racing because he liked it on your bike. So
oh really?
just,
That's my Twitter. That's why it's
Oh, is
157
it?
on Twitter.
Are you?
Yeah.
I never know. You don't follow me, so I don't know. Look at that. How much did you win? Do you have any idea? Do you remember?
$5. I really don't know.
Oh, one-hander.
Yeah. Well, that's the jump that Magoo did, that famous
was it?
flat whip
Yeah.
and one-hander. And
Right.
So he probably saw me do that and then wanted to do it.
And realized and did it. How much did you win? $5, and probably was $5.
No, it wasn't much. I mean, I
Dean
didn't.
Manson.
I didn't really do anything with financials. Then my mom did
Yeah.
everything, so I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, who knows how much, huh? Love the short shorts on the
Yeah.
on the checker flag. There you are, Larry.
So embarrassing. Big teeth, big glasses.
Yeah. Did you rock glasses for a long time?
I didn't even think twice. Like I didn't care.
Right.
I raced mini bikes without glasses, and I could see. When I
Yeah,
put
yeah,
glasses on, I didn't even care what I looked like, and
it just helped your racing so much. You were like, wow.
no wrinkles. God, I'm young.
And what are you, 16? 17?
Yeah, 17. I think.
Yeah.
Pretty young.
El Cajon still. Yeah, Oakley, you single-handedly probably kept the Oakley over the glasses model.
Yeah,
being
I was the
sold for-
only guy using those.
I had a pair.
Did
I had
you?
a pair. Oh
Did
yeah.
you?
No, I had a pair. I wore glasses.
Actually, the look at the holes drilled in the
custom.
in the Oakley face mask. Yeah,
Custom.
yeah. It was that was a big night for me. I mean,
bet, yeah.
actually, then I was living in Pasadena.
Oh, okay.
So I was a hometown boy,
Oh,
and
yeah.
just after that is when I moved down to El Cajon, and we
Oh,
were
so-
just losing riding areas, so I had to move to where we could ride.
Oh, so you weren't an El Cajon guy?
Not originally.
Oh, I didn't
no.
know that.
Yep,
Oh.
yep. No, so here's the track when it's fresh.
Yes. Here we go. Suzuki obviously sponsored this segment,
Right.
judging by the Suzukis. Take us through that jump that no one else is doing. If we come up to it, I'm
Yeah,
kind of lost the
she's-
track. That's a finish, right?
Yeah, we're coming to
Yeah.
the little. It's a triple right here, or
Now,
a quad. It's a quad. You had to jump all these four, and land, and then go into the whoops. So
Yeah.
it was on the far side over there in the first turn, obviously.
Hey, this is quite a final. Glover and Ward are tied going into it. Lachine is 3 or 4 back.
Right.
This is the kooky 2-moto format for the 250 class. Was it 2 12-lappers or 2 10-lappers? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
Okay.
It was 2 motos. And
motos,
this
yeah.
is the night that Wardy rode backwards on the track, and
Yeah.
they protested. Somebody protested. He won the championship. Yamaha protested.
I've got the whole deal because I've talked to Glover and Wardy about it. Glover got penalized at the USGP for riding backwards, and basically Wardy did the exact same thing that Glover did and didn't get penalized.
Right.
Glover still feels to this day that he was screwed out of this championship.
But he dropped it. I mean, Brock dropped it. Didn't even continue with the protest.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was something weird.
They
like
protested,
that.
but I don't know how to end it or
he
whatever.
was just like, you know what? I didn't win, so I'm over it.
Really?
Yeah.
Which is Danny Laporte.
Young Danny Laporte.
Back from Europe. It was a really controversial too because you had to qualify in the heat to get to the semi.
Yeah. Right? You rode a heat and then a semi. You had to qualify in the heat, and kind of like what we were talking about.
Yeah.
You had to qualify in the heat, and then qualify in the semi, and then go to the main event and race the main event.
Right, get in the main event.
So the championship is down to those two. Actually, it was between all four guys. They were close enough mathematically that all four of them could have won the championship.
And Glover looks the same.
Yeah,
exactly as he did in that photo. But so Wardy crashed. Got up. Had he been penalized properly, according to Glover, he wouldn't have made the semi. Correct. Therefore, wouldn't have even been a chance to line up for the main.
Correct. And
that was Glover's big beef. And Wardy says, "Hey, I don't know, man. I mean, I barely rode backwards. So I got the title."
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes they penalize you, sometimes they don't.
Right. Did you ever get a chance to? And these guys are on full works bikes. You ever get a chance to ride one of them?
I rode the 86 works. No,
it would have been a production.
85 works Honda, that trick one with the
that's
the
this
tank.
one here.
Yep.
That's these ones.
You wouldn't even believe the bike.
Yeah.
Like, it was unbelievable. You could hit anything and you wouldn't even feel it.
That's so funny because Lachine told me that, O'Mara told me that. You could hit a railroad tie tapped and you wouldn't even
feel it. Me and
they had the fuel pump down low to get the fuel to the lower tank.
Me and Roger DeCoster went out to the desert and tested one day. We were testing frames and I was blown away. Couldn't even believe it.
You're like, I never want to get on a stock
I was
bike
so
again.
pissed that I rode it that I couldn't even get back on my production bike and ride it.
Right. Really? That good, huh?
Yeah. It was the most unbelievable bike that you've ever ridden.
And there's the golden boy.
He was very golden.
Yeah, he was, huh?
Yeah, a little pink, but golden hair.
I loved your story about trying to be the king of El Cajon. Yeah. RJ and Lachine not liking each other, trying to be the king of and Glover didn't care. He
didn't care. Just up on the hill, just riding his bicycle and training. And,
right. And all these other idiots are out in El Cajon.
They were younger. They were chasing the chicks, and, he was past that.
Right, exactly. And this would be Glover's best chance. He won 6 outdoor titles. Never won a Supercross title. This would have been it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and actually Yamaha was riding production bikes back then. They didn't have works bikes.
This is the first year that they had gone that way to production bikes.
Yeah. And then do you think McCarty has something to do with the rule actually getting changed? Because
I don't know.
In 86, everybody was on production bikes.
I don't know. I think they were leaning or going that way, and I think Yamaha just did it a year ahead of everyone.
Right. Man, I would have loved to have ridden one of those bikes. You're lucky. You're one of the few, 10 people in the world, or maybe less.
There's a handful.
Right, that ever got to ride those bikes. I know Lachine told me he kept his forks and front brake off that bike, and when he went to Cowie in 86, he gave them the forks and the front brake.
Yep.
And then Cowie forks and front brakes got a lot better.
Yeah, they were that good. Honda production stuff was that good then. And their work stuff was unbelievable.
Right.
So look at all the people on the field.
Dave Prater would not be happy now.
No.
With all of that. Mike LaRocco Sr.
He would be freaking. He'd be looking for me down there.
Yeah, exactly. And here we got some qualifying for the 250.
So Eddie Warren was a East Coast rider, and so he came over. That's him leading 801, and he came over and he was going to race the 250 class.
Right. Talk about a dude that just disappeared.
Yeah. Well, he went to Australia
and then just disappeared.
He went to Australia. Yeah, and then disappeared.
What about Bullet Billy Lyles?
Yeah, I don't. He went to Europe also,
and
then I don't know.
Did you watch this race?
I
did. In the stands? You won the race?
Yeah, I can barely remember. I think I did. I don't remember it. Right. But there's that bike we were just talking about.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Look at Bowen.
Yeah, where's he going?
I don't know.
Oh, he won.
Yeah, he won the heat.
Okay.
And then the qualifying heat number 3. And I loved RJ in this gear.
RJ,
looked badass.
Fox, always cool.
Right. There's O'Mara.
There's Osho.
Osho and Bailey kind of struggled this year. Bailey actually told me he didn't like the bike.
Really?
Yeah, he did not get along with the bike.
Well, Bailey was
He said
a
it was
unique
trick,
guy. Yeah.
but he didn't.
Yeah, he was unique as in his style and everything, a little bit ahead of its time, so maybe
Right.
it wasn't right for him.
Yeah, no, it was really weird because one time I was like set him up to hear all about this awesome bike, and he just was like, "Yeah, I don't think it was that good."
Really?
I was like, "Huh?"
Okay,
Here we
here's
go.
the infamous ride backwards on the track. Okay, so
Starts his bike,
I would say 10 bike links backwards.
if that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it, folks. That's the big controversy, and I guess they crowned him this night, but then like months later, they just
There
said,
was
"Okay,
a
you
protest
won." Right.
that lasted, and Brock was the one, I guess, finally just said, you know what, I'm over it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's millions of dollars right there.
Millions, even back then.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you added everything up,
Right,
I would
right,
say,
right.
I wouldn't say millions, but
Yeah.
a million.
Yeah, exactly, and yeah, just for him to drop it. We're going to get to the
Ricky
semifinal.
Ryan?
Yeah, Ricky Ryan and AJ Whiting.
Yeah, Ricky tearing it up.
Good starter.
Oh yeah, dude.
Right?
He would. I
You
was
and
just
him
telling
probably-
a story the other day about how he would start, and he would start on grass, and he would try not to spin the back wheel or roost the grass up at all, and that's how he would practice starts. And you
That's
know,
how we knew he did good
Yeah,
when
I
there was
mean,
no grass.
He was the best starter around.
Yeah, well, you were no slouch either, though,
Wow.
Brooks. You were pretty good.
I got where I could do it. Okay, so here's that double.
Oh!
I did it better than him.
Yeah, you did on 125. Too, on 125. That thing's got to be all of 40 feet, probably 50 feet. It's so funny to watch these things. I mean, you can't even compare it to nowadays, and it's we've talked many times about this.
The bikes weren't even close.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
what they are.
the riders, you guys are all gnarly
Yeah.
for your day, but again, the bikes just
I mean, the power bands were so much smaller and tighter, and they were pipey bikes and all this. And
look at
AJ,
what was AJ Whiting like? Did you know him?
yeah,
I never saw.
Yeah. He actually dated my sister, and
Oh wow.
yeah, kind of weird, but yeah,
Weird.
he was a good guy. He
Yeah.
was a good guy. I liked him.
Yeah, he always just kind of just a privateer dude. Maybe got a Suzuki ride one year, but
Yeah, he was a privateer here, and Ricky opted not to jump.
Yeah,
it,
he didn't
but
jump it. Yeah.
It was gnarly. It was. Well, I guess back to the bikes. and
no, we got more.
Now we have Hog. This is Kehoe.
Oh, is that Kehoe?
Yeah.
How do you know that? Just 16,
I
I guess?
was there, so I mean that was my time.
Yeah. The Hog. Hey, just stand here with your gear on, and we're going to talk about all this.
Yeah, look how tight the gear is and how small they are,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
just different,
No, absolutely. It's
No knee braces, cups.
yeah. And those cotton jerseys with tight cuffs, and you just sweated through them.
Yeah, it was,
Of course, open face helmets too.
oh yeah,
You sure that's the Hog?
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, look at the eyebrows.
Peter Norfish. Oh, it looks like Mike Byer.
Mike Byer.
Mike Byer. Yeah.
Whoa, get it, Mike.
You're good at the numbers. I'm impressed, Larry, because some guys don't even know. This was a long time ago, in '85. Byer's struggling here.
Number
He
11.
stalled it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember the year before he had finished third
That's
in the
right.
outdoor 125 nationals.
He was a bad dude. I mean, he rode 125s really well,
Right. I'm glad they're focusing so much on the Ricky Ryan AJ Whiting battle.
which there is no battle.
yeah,
but
exactly.
they're following each other.
Right. Now, were you kind of like say a Jake Weimer or whatever would be hanging out with all the 250 dudes nowadays? Were you all buddies with these guys, the big guys?
I knew.
mean,
I didn't have any friends. I didn't really hang out with anybody. I kind of did my own thing, and
Right.
I don't know. I just didn't. I don't know. I've always kind of just done my own thing. Everyone was kind of that cliquey little group thing, and I just didn't dig it. So
yeah, because you definitely wanted to. I mean, you wanted to get to where these guys are.
yeah.
Oh, look at these whoops, just causing problems. For
They were
everybody.
gnarly. I thought the left side was better, and everyone was going next
Yeah,
to hay bales. It
yeah,
was
good point.
Dangerous
They're
to me.
swinging
over
out
there.
wide right there, and then the mechanics area. Look at how sandy that is, man.
Yeah.
Ricky Ryan, NorCal guy.
Yep. Northern California, and still around. I saw him at San Francisco last year.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
Had a little heart trouble, and
Yeah, he did. I always thought he was, he won the Daytona Supercross and just never really got the credit for it. Like it was a mud race and stuff.
yeah,
But
I mean, everyone said, okay, well, it's a mud race, so it was luck. But he was really good in the mud and a good starter, and he rode good that night.
right. He got sideways right there for the checkers.
Yeah.
Big crowd, decent crowd for the.
yeah.
I mean, that place
Rose
is
Bowl's
big.
huge,
Yeah,
yeah.
that place is massive.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
mean.
I lived probably 10 miles from there.
Oh, really?
So-
Where would you ride then?
Oh, I drove all the way out to Canyon Country or Simi Valley.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was an hour.
All right, here we go. We skipped ahead to the main event.
Ron Lachine, Jeff Ward, and Brock Glover.
All next to each other.
How cool are those JT helmets?
Oh, awesome, man. Awesome, for sure. And the gate drops for the first main event. There's
JoJo on
Keller.
the inside.
Did he date your sister?
No, he didn't.
You know, Lachine told me this is look at who's
Is
out
that
front.
Ronnie?
I think it's Osho.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think Osho. Oh,
No, Bailey.
Bailey.
Ronnie
Lachine told me earlier this week he crashed with Fowler out riding, cut his elbow all up.
Oh, he fell right.
There he goes. Lachine's down.
Yeah.
Takes his whole mask off.
Yeah, what was that?
It's Ronnie.
Oh.
Fender up in the air. Crashed with Fowler. Before this race, elbow was in pain. Somebody gave him horse tranquilizers, and then he couldn't feel his arm.
Couldn't feel his body. He didn't know where he was.
Yeah, he said it was a bad move.
Yeah, for sure.
Whoever gave him whatever pain pills for his elbow was not good.
No.
So he said he crashed all night. So he's out of this contention basically right there.
He was in contention for the championship, but horse tranquilizers did it.
Yeah, they knocked him out. And Bailey looks so good in that gear and that bike and just,
cased it and just kind of tire tapped it.
Yeah. Manualed it almost over it.
Very high tension night though. I do remember that.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of tension going into the mains and a lot of controversy and with four guys, mathematically able to win the championship. Wow, it was gnarly. So
yeah, and really it came down to a case of whoever beat who. There's David Stanfield.
Yep.
Look at those massive headphones he has on.
You could tell it was way back then, huh?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
David just pinning it across the whoops.
And of course,
whoa.
Bailey's the Grand National title, so that's why he's number one. And Omer is a Supercross title from the year before, so he's number one with a black on white plate. But looking good, Bailey though, man. That's good looking fluorescent gear.
So smooth and clean. And
when he got hurt, it was a shock, huh? Like, 'cause it was like the last dude to.
It was man, it was all of us kind of took a step back. It was something. Okay, well, if this can happen to David Bailey,
Were you there? Was like
no. It was a Golden State. Right. I wasn't there, but I mean, everyone heard about it right away.
Yeah.
There was no internet, but phones, and everyone was calling it. And that was the biggest news ever.
Right.
He had gotten injured.
I've been reading old magazines about it. They never mention the word paralysis or anything in the magazines. They say he injured himself. He's going to be out for the '87 season. David Bailey's injured. Like, it's really weird. Like nobody in the media wanted to print that he was paralyzed.
I mean, they didn't print negative stuff then. You know what I mean? It was really kind of a strange time, and nobody wanted to do that. So, kind of scary.
Yeah, no, definitely. And again,
God, he was gnarly.
Here we go, checkered flag, and Bailey redeems himself with a win in the first, what we think is either 10 laps or 12 laps main events, maybe 15. I don't know.
Whatever it is, the checkered flagman has really short shorts on.
Yeah, he does. And basically, here's where it comes down to.
Wardy and RJ into the last corner.
Oh, look at that!
God, RJ.
Now Glover finished right ahead of him, so that's 1 point there. Of course, the controversy about him riding. Look at Brecker.
Goat Brecker.
Okay, Brecker got second.
Look at the tension on Papa's face here.
On who?
Papa. I don't know. We have this nickname for each other. And then Alan King next to him.
Right. How long in between the breaks? Do you remember? Like, was it 10 minutes?
I don't
Do you have any
remember.
idea?
No, I don't remember.
Rick Ash?
Yep. Ash.
John R. Look at John R's beard. Looking good, John R.
He's looking young, though, huh?
Goggle problems for Glover on the line.
Yeah. I have a eyelash in there. You got to get it out.
Oh, they're fogging up.
Yeah.
Fogging up. Oh, the tension was high, probably.
Oh, you think when you're worried about goofy stuff like that, tension is getting to you.
Nice looking gear though, man.
Look at the deep breaths. I mean, he's taking like 5 of them here.
Here's Dogger.
Ronnie's like, screw it, dude.
Can't
Just get out of my way.
Can't feel his legs.
Yeah. Where's the horse?
Looking for the parties tonight.
Yeah.
Man, I just love that JT gear back then. Just looks so good. 30-second girl or man, his board is up. Glover's not.
Oh, here's Keith.
Isn't it so funny that guy's still running Yamaha? Just saying. I really wanted one of those jackets back then, that's for sure. Here we go. Moto 2. Again, starting next to each other. Gate drops. And they're off. And This is it. Whoever beats who is going to win the title because Glover gained 1 point.
Look at how they're all
40.
side by side. I mean, here we are in the second corner, and they're two abreast.
Yeah. O'Mara's in the lead, I believe.
I'm kind of excited here. I mean, it's like gnarly. And who's in the lead? Osho?
Osho.
Yeah.
Osho's in
Wardy
the lead.
behind him.
Oh, man. Wardy's just thinking, what is going on? I think RJ or Brock is right there. Yeah,
Yep,
there's
RJ and then Brock. So for sure, RJ's going to let him go. And there's Ricky Ryan, fifth.
There's Dogger, can't feel his
Dogger's
legs.
back there.
Look at RJ going up the inside, too. letting.
There's Jim Hawley, number 24.
Yeah. Hawley was tough to pass, huh? Like, I mean, the rumors and the talk is true, right?
How gnarly Jim Hawley is now. Think of him double of that when he was 20 whatever. He's just gnarly guy.
There's no chance if Hawley raced in 2010 that he wouldn't be fined every weekend or hated, right?
He would plow people. But that's what people did then. I mean,
Right.
you ran into him and you did it however you had to do it to get it done.
I mean, I don't think you guys are exaggerating when you talk about how he or you would T-bone the crap out of each other.
You would practice
whatever.
it during the week.
Yeah.
I swear. You would go out with your buddies and you would say, hey, I'm going to come up behind you and I'm going to slam you. And they would love it. And you would let them do it to you because it was coming that weekend. You had to practice getting hit. And it was weird. Maybe I was the only one that did that, but I did do that.
RJ
Rick.
down. RJ down.
That was kind of tough.
Dude, that was a good crash.
Look at how that line is just pushed off the track.
And there's JoJo.
Yeah.
Oh, Bailey, bad start. Cruising around at this point. I don't know if we're going to see a replay of that, but that was ugly. No matter if it's 85 or 2010, that's an ugly crash.
Yeah, no, that anytime your front end goes away like that and drives you into the ground, it hurts.
Right. O'Mara kind of had a disappointing season, and so did Bailey, even on those trick bikes. And
I can't believe that.
They didn't have it. But
I was so focused on what I was doing, I couldn't even tell you what really happened during the season this year.
Yeah, really, huh? You're just in your groove.
I was doing my own thing.
This is nationals have already been happening, right?
Yeah.
Is this kind of
this
way
is
it was?
when they would have the first few nationals and then go back to Supercross and then back.
that.
And
Yeah.
it was so confusing.
Never mind just having the gains.
Everyone probably ran the same suspension anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, you're like, what are we racing? Supercross or outdoors?
It doesn't matter.
Look at O'Mara, like manualing the thing.
He always had that cool, really nimble style, and Wardy real stiff and short and just muscling everything.
Yeah, as Larry Huffman likes to tell us many times, short, stocky, can bench press 400 pounds.
Yeah, that's right.
Squat 400 pounds, I think it was. Larry's very obsessed with the body weight. Lots of lappers.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
the difference between the leaders and the other guys was huge then.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, there wasn't Supercross tracks everywhere, and they didn't ride them, so it was a lot different.
Scooter
Is that
Stafford.
Eric Eaton?
Oh, I thought that was Scooter Stafford. 44.
No. Eric Eaton, I think.
Glover's got to make something happen here. Wardy and O'Mara are kind of pulling away a little bit, and he's got to get on his horse and try to get him there. O'Mara's first, Ward's second, Glover's third. This is the final round of the 85 Supercross Series going down to the wire.
They are going at it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Look at no face mask,
Yeah.
open face helmet.
Yeah, and Glover's pushing. No doubt about it.
He's riding good. I mean, can't quite get there.
Mechanics are very, very. That would be also a fine nowadays for stepping on the.
Oh yeah. No, they didn't have any limits. Like there was no barriers. There was nothing. Like you got in the middle of the track, you did what you want. Right. RJ going a lap down.
RJ could have jacked with Wardy here probably. I don't think he does, but he definitely could have.
Yeah, RJ wouldn't do that.
All right. O'Mara doesn't even have a mouth guard on.
No,
he's running goggles.
No, he's just going
and his tongue just hanging out.
Full air.
He did that a lot.
Yeah.
There's some national photos I see of him doing that. What?
Sometimes you would start with the Jofa and then you would unsnap it and you would have nothing. It was times were different.
I love that. I love that story. JoJo's getting lapped. Nope. 36.
No, that's not JoJo. That's Brian Manley.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wow, you're good at this, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe you remember this. I did one of these with Dogger. He didn't even know which guy was him.
He didn't know. He didn't care. He wasn't sure what number was on his bike.
Glover closed up. quite a bit on Ward. We're coming down to the end here of this race. Track short though, man. It's real not a long track.
And one line. I mean, check out one line. It kind of turns back upon itself. And last lap, they're going to three going at it. And here it is for the championship right here. And Brock is caught up. And he's going for it. This is
Look at that.
He is giving it everything he's got.
Yeah, which is, I mean, like you said, not a lot.
And Wardy went inside. It's slower.
But nobody's doubling that. I guess it's all worn out.
No, you couldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. The top.
This lapper's going to ruin it for Brock. Yep, he couldn't even. He did it
anyway.
He
did it anyways. Clever jump.
I guess he had to. It was championship time.
Yeah, exactly.
God, that feeling right there is the worst.
Knowing it's all going away, huh? Whether you're a manager or a rider. Or whatever.
Man, it's just your heart drops right there. 2 corners to go, and
O'Mara wins. Wardy wins the title.
Supercross champion. Very, very cool. Brock deflated.
Don't worry, Brock. In 20 years, you're going to work for Dunlop.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just trying to console him.
That feeling's great.
Right.
The other feeling sucks.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just to think about, whatever it's 12, 14 races back then, just where could you have picked up 2 extra points? Like, you know what I mean?
Or started your sprint a little earlier.
Right.
Just, God,
you really have no idea how it's going to turn out at the end, and when you need a position or two, when it seems like in the middle of the season, you're like, F it.
Yep.
But,
Very cool. What is this guy's name? He has been around for 100 years.
Which guy? The Japanese guy?
Yeah. He's a photographer. He's an American guy. Awesome photographer.
Mark Correa or something?
There's Dave Arnold back there in the background.
Oh, Dave Arnold, sitting there. Not happy with the weekend.
There's Doc Johnson. Just passed him.
Who's that?
He was the track doctor back then. They did have a track doctor, but his kids raced Indian Dunes, and he was into it. So I think got busted for drugs or something. Or giving out
drugs.
Yeah.
Wardy was kind of an unlikely champion. Never really. I don't think he ever won a Supercross until this season, '85. He had his first career win, and then he won his title in that same season. I believe. I may not have my facts straight.
Look at how they just leave the Works Honda next to the box and just walk away from it.
I saw that. I was going to say something about that.
Oh, there's Mark Peters.
Oh yeah. Jeez, man, you're.
Jim Felt.
Jim Felt? Mm-hmm. Johnny's longtime mechanic.
Yeah.
O'Mara looks the same, too.
Oh, yeah.
You probably just saw O'Mara not too long ago.
Yeah.
He looks the same, too. Wardy's still stocky.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Well, cool, man. That has been it, and we're going to close in on Larry Huffman. Thank you, Larry Brooks, for sticking around tonight. It's super late here, and thanks, Dang, for just being Dang, working on the bike. And our fans love it. That has been the 85 Pasadena Supercross Championship. This has been PulpMX Classic Commentary. Thanks, Brooks.
Yep, no worries. Thank you.